Hey there, it's Kathy with Be Creative with Kathy, and I have a cute little anniversary card using the Turtle Friends bundle for you today. But first, I need to clear up some stuff that I might have misled you or mistold you. So let me just clear that up so I feel better about myself. So the promotions that Stampin' Up! Has right now, I've always talked about this all together, how it's an early release, and I think I've misled you by telling you that the bundle is going to be in the catalog, or maybe just the stamps it is and the dies are not. None of that is true. The only thing that's going to be in the upcoming catalog are these skin colored or neutral tone Stampin' Blend markers. The rest of it is not going to be in the catalog. So the rest of it is just while supplies last, but I have seen these in the new catalog, because if you're a demonstrator, you can see the May annual catalog, the catalog that comes out May 3rd online right now. So even if you decide to buy the starter kit, which is $99, $125 worth of product for $99, free shipping, has your business supplies, a paper pumpkin, all that stuff in there. Become a demonstrator. You could go online and see the catalog. But anyway, we'll go on. If you have questions about that, let me know. That was just a quick little tip. If you want to be a demonstrator, there are extra perks besides just the income and the discount on your stamps. But okay, so Waves of the Ocean, this is all true that I've told you before. This is an early release. These 2 items are in the catalog. These 3 items are while supplies last. Okay, and then of course the Savings Are in Bloom is the promotion for March, and a lot of these, now the mini die cut machine of course will be in the next catalog, but a lot of these dies that are in this sale, promotion, whatever, are on the retirement list. So you might want to check that out real quick and have, because the retirement list, now I have to print mine out nice and big because my eyesight is so bad, but mine is like 8.5 pages long. So, and some of it's marked down up to 50%, so you can get some deals, but be sure and check out the last chance list. Now I have it posted here on, if you're watching on Facebook, I have it posted below, and if you're watching me on YouTube, then you can find it on my blog, becreativewithkathy.com. So that's this catalog that's going out, and that's what that retirement list is for. Now, if you've ordered from me in the last 6 months, then watch your mail in the end of April. A new catalog will be coming to your mailbox. If you're not my customer last 6 months and you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Let me know and I'll mail you a catalog. And then the last thing is, and I know I went pretty fast, but I like to get this stuff over with, is the mini catalog will go through June. And now I know what's carrying over from this catalog, so I might just drop a hint here and there that you need to get this stuff before June, because it's going to go away. So there you go. Okay, let's get back to the card. Now, I did this card at a class I went to. I went to Mary's class. She's part of my team. And I asked her if I could do the card in my video today, and she said that she got the idea from Frenchie. So thank you, Frenchie. Thank you, Mary. I think I'm going to do the card about the same as they do. Well, I don't know about Frenchie because I've never seen her do the card, but we'll see what happens. But when I got home from the class, I had a friend, Phoebe and Ira, had an anniversary, and I mailed the card right out, so I don't even have a sample to show you. So let's see, this could be a real hot mess here, or it could turn into a really fun video. So let's see what happens. But like I said, I'm going to use the Turtle and Friends bundle. It's a punch bundle. Yes, this is on the retirement list, so this is now effective kinda while supplies last. I know that Stampin' Up! Makes the stamps for a while and they don't sell out, but I'll have to get back to you. But this is on the retirement list. If you want this, don't wait. Make sure you get it now. Another product we're going to use, because we're doing an anniversary card, is this Love Happiness, and they call this a hybrid bundle, I think. But the stamp set and the embossing folder, and the embossing folder, you can take this big heart die from the die set that goes with it too and place it inside. Let me see if I can show you. Inside the embossing folder here. Well, I can't even get it open. There we go. You can put the heart in here. There's like a little groove where it fits in there, right? And you run it through, and you can cut and emboss all at the same time, like I said, with this big heart. Let me show you what it looks like. I thought it's really, really pretty. So on the vellum here, I ran it through the embossing folder without the die, so it just embossed it and made it look like this. And then this Highland Heather here, I ran through the embossing folder with the die, so it puts the stitching on this piece here and cuts it like that. Is that not beautiful? And then this little heart, look, you could just layer it on here, and then say you'd have the stitching. If you did this part with the vellum too, you'd have the stitching around the heart. It's a really pretty set. And my suggestion is, if you want this, you make sure you order it before the end of June when that catalog is done. And then let me show you. So you could end up with something that looks like this. Look how cute that little Valentine card is. That doggone it, I never got mailed out. That's not funny. Okay, let's go and get started here. So with this one, no, I need the dies and the stamp set. I'm not going to use the embossing folder, but I'm going to use the dies and the stamp set. Let's work first on our little turtles and get those ready for our card. So I just have a scrap here of, what is this? Crumb cake. And I'm going to bring in that turtle from the stamp set and put him on a block here. And right here on my crumb cake, and like I said, this is just a scrap. Hey, but while I'm thinking of it, if you ever need the measurements for my cards, I would kind of listen to me, but I would go to my blog, becreativewithkathy.com, and the correct measurements are on my blog. I never talk right on a video. I say things that are ridiculous, and I call butterflies ladybugs and ladybugs flowers. I'll probably call this turtle a shark by the time we're done, but oh well. So the supply list, the measurements, everything like that is on my blog. Okay, let's just take this turtle, and that's just black memento ink, and I'm gonna stamp him down like this. Get a nice image like that. Yay. And then I'm gonna just punch him out. So I'm gonna go ahead and punch this little turtle out. How cute he is. And then I'm gonna punch another one out because I want one that's just like a blank turtle. So now I'm gonna hang on to this piece because I'm gonna need that. I'm not even done with the punch. We're gonna do a couple more things with it too. Let's get rid of all these little pieces and messy things. So we have one turtle like this and one turtle that's blank, right? So then I'm gonna bring in my Stamparatus here, okay? And I'm gonna grab a magnet from the back. See, they have a place back here where you can store your magnets, kind of nice, way far from each other, because boy, when those puppies get together, they're hard to get apart. And they're very delicate, so you don't want to break them. But anyway, so Stamparatus comes with a base like this. It comes with 2 of these plates that come out and go in, make storage really easy. It also comes with a foam mat like this. Oh, and the 2 magnets that I showed you in the back. Or you can buy separate a deluxe foam mat that looks like this. And this is just nice because if you get ink on it, you can just wipe it off, and it's white, so it's easier and has the grid through it. So in fact, I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I'm going to set this one aside. Okay. So then on here, I'm going to lay my silicone sheet, silicone mat, this thing. I think it's a silicone sheet, but I could be wrong. And then I'm going to hold that silicone sheet onto my plate with my magnet. Okay, then I'm going to take this really quick. Let me grab my chamois here. So let me ask you about your chamois. So I take my chamois here and I keep it in a stamp case like this, nice and big, right? Then I've also taken a second or 2 couple chamois and I cut them down so they're more manageable, I guess you'd call it. They're really nice if you have to go somewhere to stamp. You can just, like I keep them in a little plastic bag, and you take your chamois with you and you can just clean everything up nice and easy like that. Now I still use the scrubber and mist cleaner because I think that conditions your stamps, but the chamois, who really looks like this when he's pretty and new, is a great tool to have in your craft room. And I just wondered if you guys cut yours up like I do and change the shapes of them and sizes and whatever. But okay, so my stamp is clean. I'm going to take my turtle, and this is clean too. I think my silicone mat is clean. I'm going to lay my turtle down there, and I'm going to pick him up here. Okay, and then I'm going to just ink up my turtle. Let me see, where'd that chamois case go? Let's put that chamois case under here so it has a little bit of leverage. And I'm going to take my turtle here and I'm going to just ink it up really good and stamp it down. And I'm going to do that a couple times so I get lots of ink here on my silicone mat. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to get a reflection of my turtle, so now my turtle will be facing the other way as the original stamped turtle. I hope that makes sense. But let's go one more time and just get a little bit more ink on that silicone sheet. Mat, whatever the silicone thing. I should have looked up the name before. I just always call it a silicone mat. I don't know if that's right. Okay, so now I have quite a bit of ink on there. I think I'm happy. I'm going to take my little turtle piece that I cut and I'm going to line that up with that ink. Let's see, I got it pretty good. That looks pretty good. You can see all those black lines. And then I'm going to hold that down with my magnet. I'm going to take that second little turtle that's blank that I punched and I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to rub it with my finger and get all that ink onto my cardstock. And then just for good measure, I'm going to rub it with my finger once and then I'm going to press on here too and try to get all that ink from the silicone mat onto my turtle. Now, if I don't have enough ink on there, all I'd have to do is ink it up again. But I think he's going to turn out pretty nice. Yeah, look at my little turtle there. Now I have another little turtle that's all inked up. Now, but if you look, I did miss a couple places here and there, so I'm going to just do it one more time and make sure I push on all those little edges and lines and get more ink. So my little turtle has a nice dark outline. And I haven't moved anything here, so it should all line up again. Drum roll, please. It worked at Mary's house. Let's hope it works here. Press on those edges is what. One more time down here, just for good measure. Okay, let's see if now my turtle has all the, yep. Well, he's still missing a little bit here, but I think he looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and say done. So now to clean my silicone mat, I can still take that chamois and just wipe it clean and go again. Same with my stamp, I'd be all good to go. So I'm going to set that aside. Or you can just take it under the sink and run a little bit of cool water over it and clean it that way too. But let's take some of this, this is craft cardstock, so I'm going to take some of the ink that matches and ink up that turtle shell and just set it down right here. And then that one, and really this shell works on the reflection part too, so I'm going to just go ahead and stamp that down. And now if you noticed, I'm not using my pierce mat because I noticed when I stamp the shell on my pierce mat, I always get the stuff in between the little shell markings or whatever they are. And so on my nice hardwood surface here, this is granite top, I do better without the mat. So you have to play with your stamps and see which one works better for you. Okay, let's do a little bit more stamping. So I have just a little piece of scrap white here, and I'm going to bring in some Pacific Point and Real Red, and I'm going to stamp that little bow. Now it's another part of the stamp set, but first I'm going to stamp them in the red, or ink it up. This is Real Red. I think I said that already. Then let me grab my chamois again and clean that. Squeaky clean. Whoop. And then I'm going to stamp it a little bit in that Pacific Point. So now I have a blue bow and I have a red bow. Let's put this away before I make a mess. And then with my paper snips, I'm going to just fussy cut that or just cut them out. Fussy cutting means you're going to just be fussy about your cutting and put a little border around this stamped image. So I'm going to just cut out real quick this little blue bow. From my bow turtle, or my boy turtle, for my boy turtle. And then this little red. I can't fussy cut. Did you notice I can't fussy cut and talk at the same time? I have to concentrate. It's kind of sad if you think about it. So let's not think about it. Okay, so there's my little bows. And then with the glue dot, I'm going to take and put a glue dot on here. Now the glue dot's going to be too big, but I'm going to just put it to one edge and then I can just fold it over. That way it kind of gives it a little dimension, but it's going to be stuck down really well. There we go. So on this turtle here, I'm going to just give him a bow tie right there. Same thing with this little red bow. Put that on the edge and then fold that glue dot over so it doesn't stick up or stick out. I don't want sticky on my card. And then this one we're going to put right here in her knot here on her head. There we go. So far so good, right? Then with that punch again, I'm going to take and punch out 2 of these little dots right here. I'm going to do the white, or the bigger in some white. There we go. And then with just a little piece of scrap black, I'm going to just tuck it in my punch like this. Let me make this straight so it's easier. And I'm going to get that little dot down there. Maybe I am. Okay, let's try this way. There we go. In the black. So he's right there. And we need 2 of those too. There we go. Okay, so same, I'm going to grab that silicone mat, or bring back in my Stamparatus here. Because I'm going to just take a little bit of liquid glue and put it down. Oh, timber, everything just went falling. But I'm going to just put a little dab of glue here. Maybe. I need to get, there we go. I need to open a new bottle of glue. There we go. No, I don't. Look, he's just fine. And my take your pick tool, which is right here. So I'm going to take that white and just kind of dip it in that glue there. And then put it right over the stamped eyeball. Same with this one. And let's do the same thing with that little black. Cooperate. There we go. A little bit of glue on this one. Put that down right there. And look how cute their little eyeballs are. Okay, so now let's turn her in so you can really tell that she's a girl, although right now it looks pretty good. But I'm going to take my black Stampin' Right marker. Now I tried this with the Stampin' Blends, but to me they just bled and I couldn't get it under control. I'm not artistic at all, so maybe that's part of it. But I think if I'm going to just come and put her some little eyelashes back here, like that. So now she has just a little bit of eyelashes. And then with a red Stampin' Right marker, I'm going to first color her toenails. I don't know, are they toenails? Do turtles really have toes? No, they're toenails now because she's painting them red. There we go. And then I'm going to just give her a little heart here on her lips. So now she's definitely a little girl turtle like that. And then last thing, oh no, and then let's take some crumb cake, not last thing. We're going to paint his toenails just to give him some character here with some of that crumb cake. I'll tell you too, if you're Stampin' Right markers, because my pen tip of my Stampin' Right markers work pretty well, but sometimes you have to store them with the pen tip down, and that's what gives it a good inking down there, I guess you'd call it. Also, if I wanted to, and I just might here, you could take your black Stampin' Right marker and just finish that line right there. So now my turtle has the complete outline. Okay, now she just needs a pearl necklace, so I'm going to just take some of our basic pearls, these little tiny ones, and I'm going to create her a necklace right here. One more. And there you go. Now she's ready to go out to dinner. Can you see the little pearls on there? Look how cute. Oh, there we go. Look how cute she is. Okay, now let's fix them a little card base here to put on their card, or put on the card. So here I have, my card base is going to be crumb cake. This is 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. Now I know that. And then I have 2 pieces of real red and 2 pieces of basic white. And now my real red is 1/8 of an inch bigger than my basic white, but right now off the top of my head I can't remember the sizes. So there again, you have to go to my blog, becreativewithkathy.com. Give me a few minutes after the video and I'll have the measurements on there. But I'm going to try to find here just a piece. Here goes a piece of scratch paper. And I'm going to bring in some Pool Party ink and a blending brush and just ink up my blending brush here, and I'm going to kind of tap off the paper just to get the blotchy part off, and I'm going to just create a nice pretty pool party sky here. And I don't want a lot of ink, I just want a little bit. I kind of got it dark over, there's a hair here, dark on one side, so I'll try to even those out as best I can. But trust me, when you have your little turtles on there, people aren't going to be looking at your sky. And then with a little bit of Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to get a clean blending brush. I'll go clean that one with some soap and water and he'll be good to go again. But then with this Pear Pizzazz, I'm going to just ink up a little bit of grass. Ooh, it's dark. Wow, my Pear Pizzazz is very happy. That's all right though. And a little bit of green down there like on the ground. Ooh, and while I have that out, let's go ahead and make it look like grass. This is another little stamp in the stamp set, and I'm going to just stamp that here and there and make it look like that. That looks pretty good. Okay. Let's see, I think, let's keep going though. I'm going to go ahead and attach this piece to my real red with just some tape runner here. And like I said, this is just a small 1/8 of an inch border. Let's see if I can get it on there straight. Or if I cut it straight, knowing me. Yep, that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring in my card base. And I'm going to lay this on here just to see, because I want to put my words down here at the bottom from that stamp set, the anniversary stamp set, this one here. And it says, celebrating your anniversary. So while I'm at it, I'm also going to get out the words that say, you two have something really special, each other, congratulations, because I'm going to stamp that one on the inside. Mount that up, and with that black Memento ink, way down here at the bottom, in fact, I'm going to ink it up this way just to make sure I get a nice coverage on there. And now that I think about it, I'm going to practice some too. So where did my scratch paper go? I lost my scratch paper. Okay, let's bring, I guess, another one in. Oh no, here, this is, I found it. So let me just practice once real quick, make sure I have that. Oh yeah, that looked good. I should have stamped that on my paper. Okay, so we know we want it down here at the bottom in the corner. Try not to get my head in the camera. I hope I'm stamping in the camera. I am. I'm going to hold it in, let that ink sink in. I'm not applying a lot of pressure. I don't want to like smush the stamp. Oh, but look, I did good. I'm happy with that one. Okay, let's go ahead and fold this in half. Use my bone folder, get a crisp fold right here. There we go. And I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this. Make sure I get it straight. Well, good enough. But I think that looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and finish up with our stamping. This here is a scrap of Blushing Bride, and I'm going to take another stamp from that stamp set that says "To the Cutest Couple Ever," and I'm going to ink that up in black memento. Because this paper's dirty. Let's turn it over and go down here. But this one too, I'm going to just hold it there, let that ink sink in. I might be too close to the edge and have to start over. And it's crooked, but that's okay because we're going to cut it out. Oh, but while I have my ink out here, let's go ahead and stamp the inside of the card too. And I'm going to practice once just because it's that big, long, skinny. Yeah, it would have been. Oh, no, too much pressure on one side. Okay, let's see how I do this time. I'm going to just barely set it down there and just hold it firm and let that ink sink into the paper and see if I get a better stamp. Yep, that's not bad. I'll take that one. Okay. Oh, and hang on. I want to also put in the stamp set, they have these cute little hearts. So I'm going to stamp those right here. And they have this cute little bird that I'm going to go ahead and stamp up here just to bring in those other colors into the inside. Okay, and let's go ahead and mat this onto the other red. That same 1/8 of an inch border. Itty bitty border, and then go ahead and put this on the inside of our card. There we go. And I am gonna, this is bugging me, I'm gonna have to look at my magnet stuck to my, okay. Let me cut this off so I can start with the clear. There we go. I should have practiced one time with this one too, but let me just stamp it again. I'm going to stamp him in the center this time. Yeah, so I know I have plenty of room for my heart around there. So part of this die set here is this cute little stitched heart right here. Bring in my mini cut and emboss machine. And my plates. Here's my plates. So I got my plate number 1, my cutting pad number 2. Let's do this one because it's really, I need to replace my cutting pads on my mini cut and emboss machine. I'll work on that for the next video. But lay that heart, look how cute it cuts out to the cutest little couple right there. And then just run that through. Look how cute that little heart is. Bring the card back in, put a dimensional on my turtles and my heart. And in fact, I'm going to put a couple. I think 2 will fit, yeah, on there. And I'm going to put one on his head and one on their body, so that gives them nice, and they're nice and sturdy. See how our turtles look here. We'll put her about there. This would also be, I think, a wedding card. wedding wishes, happy wedding. I think there's something words like that that are in that stamp set too. And then in between them up here, we'll put this cute little pink heart like that. Looky there. Cutest card ever. Thank you, Mary, for having me to your class. Thank you, Frenchie, for giving Mary the idea. And let's keep on passing it around, huh? I'm really happy with how my card turned out. Now I need to make about 12 more of these so I have enough for the rest of the year for my anniversaries. Alrighty, so if you have any questions, be sure and leave a comment. I'll try to answer them. I'm not very good at answering comments as I video because I can't do two things at once. If you have any questions about the retirement list, let me know. I'll help you out there too. If you do decide to place an order, please use, we'll have to get it in there, my March host code, and I'll send you a thank you card. And if your order is over $50, I'll send you a trinket. And you can find out more about my trinkets at my blog, becreativewithkathy.com. Thanks again for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you back here on Monday. Bye-bye.